Yo, what's going on, Walten Files fans, and welcome back to some huge and really interesting news in regards to a Walten Files game. Now, this is absolutely nuts. I'm super happy to bring some news on this as well, because I saw a lot of it on Twitter and I actually follow the creator. They've put in a lot of work to see this project. I'm not going to lie, some of this stuff here is absolutely insane. And to my knowledge, I think the running title is called Bond's Burgers After Hours, and I have to say, this is so promising looking, especially because not only is it the Walten Files, but also combines another aspect of game design that I absolutely adore, which is that pixelated PS1 type game, kind of similar to how Fears to Fathom would be in that pixelated tone. And without further ado, let's get straight into it and see what this game might hold for us. Thank you all so much for the support on the recent videos. If you do enjoy, make sure to smash the like button down below, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get straight into the video game news. As you can see, this is one of the first screenshots that was given by MSpy. I hope I'm saying that right, or MSpy. I don't know if I'm saying that right either, but we have this kind of pixelated version of Bond, right? However, we have an actual teaser for a Walten Files fan game here. So I load this up really quickly. We have a genuine level design of the outside of Bond's Burgers. Now, I gotta say, this looks absolutely nuts. As you can see, everything is red in the sky. Very ominous as well. And I gotta say, this looks awesome. Even the flashlight, the way it's holding, the way it's only like lighting up a certain amount. Like, you could not even see Bond's Burgers, the building, until we got a little bit closer. And as you can see, there is Bond's Burgers in a video game. Now, that is absolutely insane to see. Also, this is a missing poster on there, and I love the game design already. So as you can see, we have missing posters. There's the actual game posters as well. This is really cool in my opinion. And the fact that, look, there we have, I think that looks like, I actually don't know what that says. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was like Susan's, but I don't think so. As you can see, there's the character poster. We got Buzu, Sharp, Bonnie, and Bond, of course. In general, I think this looks awesome. If we skip through, we had there's Susan's missing poster. That was been Rosemary's beforehand then. But as you can see, there's Jack's missing poster. There's a load of just missing posters everywhere, which is super cool. There's the cutout of Bond. Just in general, the game design here looks insane. And there's the title, Bond's Burgers After Hours. I think that absolutely looks insane. And they've done an amazing job, and it doesn't, and the news and like how it looks doesn't stop there. As you can see, we have some early footage of how the game originally looked on Clickteam Fusion, which is very interesting. I even think that the lighting in here looks really good as well. I think this looks awesome. But if we skip to see what the game looks like now with the new design, this looks insane. And also it says Bond inactive, Rose inactive. So very interesting to see what's going to go down in this game, and interesting to see whether this game will be a certain length in regards to if it's going to show like the specific kills, so like Charles, Rosemary, Susan, or by the looks of this, it seems that we're getting like Rosemary's death scene, which is really cool. But also, as someone who's seen these sort of teasers, these are identical to how Bond's Burgers actually looks. If you've seen the Bond's Burgers entrance, this is exactly how it looks, with the tiger in the corner. I mean, even when me and Martin built it in Minecraft, it looked exactly like this as well. And now, as you can see, we have some GIFs as well. This obviously looks like probably a cutscene, but this is really good animation. And I would dare to say this is near identical to Walten Files level animation as well, because we actually have our character, which I'm assuming we're going to play as, or this will be an early death, considering we have Bond chilling behind them. But I think this is really interesting. I think it's going to be very interesting to see how this game plays out in regards to if it's going to take its own like way with the story, or if it's going to kind of maybe take place as Chris, because we haven't seen Chris much in the series. So it'll be interesting to see if the story is going to be an original story in the Walten Files universe, or if it's going to be kind of playing along with what that prediction might be for the future of the Walten Files, for example. That's why I say maybe Chris. But who knows? I think it'd be really cool to see an original character. You never know what could happen there. Like, for all we know, could get written into the next script for episode 7, 8, or whatever. You never know. But I think the potential here is definitely super skyrocket high. And I gotta say, I am pumped to see how this game develops as well. Along with that, we have some more gameplay in regards to the entrance as well. This is genuine really cool. I think even the design is, obviously we saw some of the designs in regards to the Clickteam Fusion in comparison to what the game looks like now, but I think this in general, the vibe of this looks terrifying. The ambience is terrifying. Just in general, I think everything really looks great. And especially the fact that I'm assuming at one stage Obviously, there's lights can be turned on here and there. I would assume at one stage the power is going to go out, and I think that's going to be a really cool mechanic. Because in general, I feel like just in general, seeing everything in the dark is going to add that level of ambience as well. And in my opinion, I think this could be scarier than any of the free roam FNAF games. I mean, I know I've also been a really harsh critic in regards to those free roam FNAF games, but for me, just in general, I think the way this looks really suits the style, and I would love to see a FNAF game in this style, because there probably is one out there, I just haven't seen it. But I think this sort of era of gaming, kind of pixelated PS1, like low poly games, really suit the vibe of animatronic horror. I don't know if that's just me, so let me know in the comments below what you think of that as well. But for me, just in general, this ambience here suits the Walten Files. That is the Walten Files right there. If we go to Susan's death scene, that's basically this, in the dark only with a flashlight. I think that suits the Walten Files lore, the ambience, and animatronic horror as a whole. I think it suits it excellently, and I think if we're gonna get any sort of games that want to make a scary animatronic horror, this is how you do it. Pixelated, low poly, because not only that, you cannot tell if anything's there or not. You cannot tell if the tiger's there in the corner when we all know it is until the light goes on it. We don't know if it's there or not. As you can see, my mouse is hovering over the tiger that we know it's there, and all of a sudden it takes us to kind of advance into the map a little bit to actually make out if the tiger's there or not. So for example, if we're getting a full level game when we have Bond maybe hiding in the corner, if it's a high graphic card game, you're going to see Bond probably in the corner, for example. If you see Poppy's Playtime with Huggy Wuggy in Chapter 1, you can see him in corners. But for example, if it's in low poly, you're going to not know he's there. And exactly for jump scares, which probably will happen in this game, or this kind of ambience jumps, it's going to kind of turn that player to kind of have that level of, oh, someone is here. Because we all know Bond will attack us at some stage in this game. It's just when and where, but realistically it's going to be interesting to see if it's going to be expected or if it's going to be built up as a massive jump scare. It should be really, really interesting to see how that develops. But for me in general, I think the design in this game is excellent. Now, if the gameplay is going to be good, we don't know. Obviously this looks pretty accurate to what the game will probably play like, which is a massive W in my opinion. Either way, I think the way this game looks so far is really, really solid, and I think it's got endless amounts of potential, and I just cannot wait to see how this goes on in the future, because realistically the way this is going to be an actual Walten Files game for us all to play at some point is super, super exciting to me. I think we haven't had a single proper Walten Files game that has this kind of free roam element ever, to my knowledge. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, of course, but I think that M-Spy, or however you say that name, I don't actually know, I'm terrible with names, everyone knows this. I think they've done an absolutely insane job, and I cannot wait to see what goes down in this game, because when it comes to, if it's going to be just a simple, you know, exit and like point and click type game where it's going to be pretty linear, so we go out, park our car, we go into the Bondsburger's restaurant, you know, log in, make sure we're like probably a night guard, something like that, and then get killed off at the end, have that kind of ambience and building up the scares, could be really, really promising. However, that is all the news we have in regards to this massive project in the works. Now, I'll leave all the links to M-Spy in the description below, at the top of the description. So make sure to go follow them on Twitter, follow them on YouTube, give them a sub. Make sure to get all the support possible, because as you can see, the quality of this game looks absolutely nuts. And I think if anything, M-Spy deserves all the recognition, all the support they could possibly get, because it's very clear by how that looks. They put a lot of effort into this project, and it's a Walten Files project, so you know I'm going to play it as soon as it drops, and I just cannot wait to see how it looks full game wise, what kind of Easter eggs are going to be hidden around every corner. Be interesting to see if the plushies are there, those sort of things that you can kind of Easter egg hunt as well, because I would assume, as a fan of the series, obviously this person that very much is, if they're making a game on it, I would assume they probably plop in little, you know, Easter eggs each episode here and there, like the missing posters, like the plushies as you can see beside me. So it'd be really interesting to see what this game holds. But ultimately, make sure to go drop M-Spy all support in their comment sections, on Twitter as well. Give them all the support they deserve, because that project looks absolutely amazing, and they're only doing the Walten Files community so proud, because I think this is going to be excellent, and I cannot wait to play it. But that's going to be all for today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure to smash the like button down below. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. All the support is really, really appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and of course, have the most amazing day. Stay safe. first shot of this episode. Tammy picks this house.
Oh, what about that one?
Now, if you ask me, that is the, worst house you can pick. It has wallpaper on the outside.